Good afternoon, everyone, and oh my goodness, Happy New Year! We are in 2025. Is this exciting times for each one of us? We are so blessed to be here, guys. I'm telling you what, Steve and Gina Merritt coming to you from West Palm Beach, Florida. What a beautiful day, what a beautiful time, and we are so blessed and honored to be on here. Guys, I'm telling you, there is like 8 to 9, I think it's 9 couples counting Steve and I. Let me tell you what, they had obstacles.
Yeah.
They had family stuff. They've got toddlers. But no, these guys do not stop. They are pushed through and they are here to shine and help you rise up in 2025. So you better get your notebook out. You better get your pen out. I'm telling you what, they are speakers at the Rise Up Convention, and they are here to give you a golden nugget for 2025.
Happy New Year, everybody. We're excited to kick off the first Saturday of the new year with every single one of you that's on here. Get your team on. If they're not on, send a quick text. Tell your friends to get on, because this is going to be the biggest year Lifewave has ever seen. So our goal is to get everybody who wants to.
Yes.
I'm sure if you're on here, you are one of those that want to get your head in the game and make this happen for your family in 2025. And I'm telling you, the people that are focused, zoned in, plugged into the system are making this happen. And that's who you're going to hear from today as we set a strategy for you to win in a big way in 2025. All of these couples are on their game.
Yes.
They're moving through the ranks. They're moving up the numbers as far as the top brand partners in all of Lifewave in such a very short period of time. The number one team in the entire company in only 28 months. And because Lifewave is the number one momentum company in the entire world of networking, which we heard from David, who was told by Network Marketing News a little early, so he let the cat out of the bag already from Stuart Johnson. That means that our team that you're going to be learning from today is the number one fastest growing team in all of network marketing. These are the leaders. This should be your homework today, sometime today, to re-listen to the replay, and it's on YouTube of Kerry Robertson last week or 2 weeks ago. Right before the holiday. It was off the chart. This is how professional everyone is going to be at This Is It convention and Rise Up. So I want to make sure that everyone does their homework. All of you listen to her again, because she did a phenomenal job laying out what you need to know. Everybody can go to SPD by watching this one training of Kerry Robertson. All right. Coming up, we've got meetings coming up on Monday. It's going to be a doubleheader. The Barbells are pulling out all the stops. It's going to be wild. There's some of the speakers that are going to be at the convention. Brooke Robinson is going to be doing Wednesday. After that, after you get all your people on these, and I hope you're taking advantage of these Zoom events, because we're pouring out our hearts. We're taking our time to be there ready for you. So I encourage you to take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. We're just excited to be sharing all these speakers that are going to be sharing with you today. But the key is, it's New Year, it's your year. I pray that you decide to claim the dreams that you got for your family starting right now. When Gina and I started, and with almost every one of these leaders that have started, we all were praying and hoping with no proof of what we were about to do was going to happen. But now we've got proof that it is happening, and we don't want anyone left behind. That's why we're all so serious about what we are talking about. So we can't wait to launch the very first speaker. She's moved up through the ranks very quickly. Her and her husband got little kids. They're amazing, incredible people, and they're literally crushing this business. You want to hear what they are doing.
Everybody on for a quick photo.
We're going to bring everybody on right now. I'm on all the speakers. It's going to be
We're going to highlight you guys.
Elite SPD, Kendall Weldon.
Photo!
Elite SPD, Matt and Kim Curtis. Presidential Senior SPD is Todd and Shannon Barville, good friends of ours. Elite SPD, Ken and Lynn Robinson. Elite SPD, Kyle and Joey Kimbrough. Elite SPD, Javi and Olga Solis. Elite SPDs, Danny and Diane McDaniel. And Elite SPDs, Mike and Sai Hernandez. Hopefully we can put us all on the screen together so we can get a photo. Nate, can you get us so we're all as big as possible? Remove my pin. Maybe there we go. All right.
Yeah,
so Everybody give a big smile. Good to see you all. Hey, Happy New Year.
Hey, guys.
Everywhere.
Love you guys. So proud of each one of you.
You know what? I'm so grateful for every single one of you to not only be business partners, but be friends.
Okay, smile.
Smile. We're going to get rocking and rolling.
It's showtime. It's showtime, baby.
But I want everyone to know these are not just business partners. They're friends. They believe in every single one of you. They want what's best for every single person that's on here in your family. Even if we don't know you, we know that you want something more for your family. That's why you're on here. And we're going to do everything we can. Now, guys, none of us are perfect. We're just real people. We're trying to do the best we can. But we know one thing, that we got a passion to help our friends win and succeed, and we're not going to let you down. So we're looking forward to hearing from everybody today in the new year and to get everybody started on a fast track to get their new year rocking and rolling. So without further ado, we're going to first start with our friend, brand new elite SPD, Kendall from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Kendall Weldon.
I'm so pumped up for 2020, you guys. I feel like we have a fresh new start to a whole new year and so many events happening and so many things just going on in our businesses that we should be so excited, right? And we should all have goals for our business. But one thing I want to tell you, and what I've been telling my team for these last few days, since now we're in 2025, is you can't just have a goal, you guys. You have to have a plan to go with your goal, and that's the most important part, is those income-producing activities that you're doing every single day through your business to get to your goals. So I really want to encourage you guys to just focus on those daily activities, right? It's just like when you're chopping down a tree. You don't just hit it once and it falls down. You have to keep chopping away at it, and it's the same thing in this business. And you know, our business is built from events to events, right? Event to event. That's how your business is built. I've been in this industry for over, 13 years, and I've seen a lot of success in this industry, and I do not miss an event, okay? Whether it's virtual or in person, wherever, whatever, I'm at that event and I'm showing up because my team is watching every single thing that I do in my business. So if I'm saying, hey, register for an event and I'm not registered, what does that say about my character? What does that say about my leadership? So I know that I cannot miss events. You have to lead by example. So you guys, this Rise Up event, the lineup of speakers, you are truly getting millions of dollars of training, in my opinion, okay? Millions of dollars worth of training for almost nothing. Okay, like he said, you don't have to get your airline ticket. You don't have to get your hotel ticket. You sit in the comfort of your home with your team and watch this virtually. Okay, so this is a really big deal. You guys don't want to miss this. I don't know what else to say.
So our next speaker, we are so excited. We've been friends with these guys for so long. Help me welcome Elite Presidential Directors, Matt and Kim Curtis. Take it away.
Fired up about Vegas, and I'll tell you from experience, we know the person who has the most people on the virtual event will be the winners. And what is in it for you as a team? You are going to achieve valuable skills to grow your business. You're going to gain more knowledge. You're going to build confidence. You're going to gain personal development. Stay ahead of the curve. Put your team on a fast track. In 2025, we're going to win. Be the best promoter. It's never too late.
Come on, we're fired up. Steve and Gina Merritt pulling out all the stops. We've been talking with these guys, working through all the holidays, fired up. And guys, 2025 is going to be your year. Steve and Gina want to give us a tip, give you guys a tip to kind of get you started off with the new year. This is something that Kim and I did on January 1st. We rolled over everybody that was still on the follow-up list from 2024, moved them on to 2025. We started adding the people that we patched over the holidays because we patched all kinds of people, friends and family that I haven't seen in literally some over 20 years. And it was just so exciting to be able to do that and get them excited. And they're all getting in the business because we don't ask people. We tell them, you've got to wear these patches with us. They're going to change your life. So, hey, my tip is what worked for Kim and I from the very first day. Basically not the first day, but within a few days, we were like 1, 2, 3, 4 patch wonders. Totally off the chart. We felt incredible. Felt like kids again. Anything we had going on in our body was kind of leaving our body. So I got on the phone and we made a list of everybody you know. Put your closest friends and family on top. Don't let them miss the opportunity for better health and better wealth. We've been talking about the same thing for years. But get excited and slap an app on your lap. Pick up the pen and have an expectancy, so when you call your friends and family and tell your story, when you tell them what this patch has done for you and what it's doing for you, and hey, we sponsored 27 people in the first 7 days by just getting on the phone with the app on our lap and telling them you've got to wear these patches, they're going to change your life. Now, we didn't call that many networkers. We called a handful of networkers. We called mostly friends and family because we wanted to put them in a position to win. And we put everybody just blew out one side right away because we knew what the patch was going to do. And that's what it did. We don't ask people, like I said, we don't say, hey, do you want to do this? They say, we have got to get these patches to you. They're going to change your life. It only takes 3 to 5 days to get it. It's only $3.30 a day to get them. So you got to wear these patches with me. They're going to change your life. And I start with my first name. I just say, hey, let's just get in there and start filling it out. A lot of times I got your email, I got your phone number, I got your application already filled out because I intend to get off the phone within 15 minutes, even with the small talk, with their information and the patches coming their way. So guys, that's our tip. That worked for us 28 months ago, and it's working for our team. It's working for everybody out there that can just know that you couldn't do a better thing for them than to get the application filled out. So with that, guys, can't wait to see you guys at Rise Up. We're so excited to hear the rest of the speakers today. Hey, God bless you guys. Have a great day.
Yeah, win, win, win.
Guys, hey, our next people, we are so excited, guys. Senior Presidential Directors, Todd and Shannon Barbell. Take it away, baby.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Whoop, whoop.
So our tip going to today is really, we've been anticipating 2025 for so long. How long have we been saying the new year is going to be amazing? Well, we're here, right? So this is the year to challenge your fear.
Write that down.
Write it down. The year to challenge your fear.
Your fear.
And so, guys, we know what's coming, right? We know what's coming. This is an absolute tidal wave about to hit. And we have the most prolific product right now in our hands. And then we have more coming. But, man, what we have already with the X39 is just so powerful. So 2025 is going to be the most explosive year yet in the entire history of the company. As long as you make the decision to get out of your comfort zone and get busy.
Yeah, so, so many times we're in the ring, we're fighting for our purpose, but a lot of times it's you versus you. We're in there, we're fighting, but we're fighting against ourselves. So when we're thinking about our fears, we want to ask you today, write this down. What is holding me back? And we want you to reflect on that. What are you speaking to yourself? Because as the Bible says, life and death is found in the power of the tongue. We also want you to write this down. What are you afraid of? What's holding you back? A lot of times, is it the fear of failure? Is it the fear of rejection? The fear of what other people are going to think? Sometimes it's the fear of success. We want you to meditate on that, call it out, write it down, recognize it, and flip the script. So instead of saying, gosh, I'm afraid, I've got this person and I know they could get help by this, but I'm afraid to reach out. Okay, you start telling yourself, I am successful. I don't fail. I learn. I will change lives. I am courageous. I am bold. And we want to challenge you today to write down those people that you're thinking about, that you've been afraid to reach out to. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mel Robbins calls this the power of everyday courage. Will you commit in 2025 to be courageous every day? Imagine this. We've got David Schmidt on one shoulder. We got the Merritts on the other shoulder. There's nobody that's going to stop us.
Wow. So powerful, guys. Here's the deal. Shannon's just talking about fear. And we know that courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. And you need to let your fear fuel you, okay? I know for me, I always said, I didn't need motivation. I just had to look at my empty bank account, and that got me motivated to reach out to people. But guys, it is time. It is time. Again, we are, 2025 is now here, and it's time to take massive action. We know that any problem you have, massive action solves all problems. Okay, there's too many lives out there that need changed, both physically and financially. Okay, so will you get out of your own way, like Shannon was saying, and just absolutely make that quality decision to get this done? And that's really what it comes down to. Ripping off the Band-Aid. You can rip off the Band-Aid, or I should say, you can take off the patch one of two ways, right? Slow and painfully, or you just rip it off and get it done. And that's how you have to proceed with this business. So we know 2025 is going to be the most explosive year ever in the world of Lifewave. So you have to believe it, and it's time to get busy. Look, next weekend, we have Rise Up, right? Rise Up is now upon us. Do you have your ticket? You might be watching this today and going, what's this Rise Up thing? Maybe I need to start paying attention to that. And but it's here. Do you have your ticket? Are you leading from the front, guys? Because champions show up. That's one thing we know. Champions flat out show up. And the most committed, the least distracted will win, period. Okay? But so what are you willing to block out? Are you willing to turn off the TV for a year? I remember saying that in the past. Like, that's really kind of what we did, okay, to become successful. We just blocked out everything and we focused on one thing, okay? But leaders, they find a way. Leaders find a way and they show up, plain and simple. And the best way to get your team somewhere is for you to be there already, guys. Trainings and events, these things are non-negotiable. I think sometimes, people hear and see events coming up, they go, even people on this right now, wow, that was really good training. And then, you negotiate or you rationalize whether or not you're going to get your ticket or not, okay? And someone once said, to rationalize is to tell rational lies to yourself. So pull out all the stops, guys. Again, these events are non-negotiables if you want to take this to the next level, if you want to treat this like a business and not just like a hobby. So we will see you all next weekend at Rise Up.
And we are going to bring on Kyle and Joey Kimbrough.
Yeah.
Elite. Senior Presidential Directors. And thank you. We know you guys are at an event with your kiddos. Yeah. But you are amazing for being on here. Thank you for being a light and blessing people.
Oh, y'all are so kind. Thank you for putting this on. We're at the cheer competition, the big cheer. So here we go. Hey, listen, first, honored. I take so many nuggets away every time anyone on this team speaks. Y'all are some of the most gifted speakers I've ever heard. But here's what I would tell you for 2025. I think that we work best when we're obsessed. And I think a lot of us are too casual about most things in life. See, sometimes we get in a dire situation where we're obsessed because we have to have something happen in our life in order to get an outcome that we need, whatever it may be. Maybe a kid gets sick and we get obsessed with figuring out how to get them healthy. Or maybe our finances, right? It's kind of where we are here today. A lot of people in this business, your finances aren't where they want to be and you get obsessed about changing them. Guys, if you're not obsessed, you're never going to work your best. Okay? What happens is you become casual, and when you're casual, we always say you become a casualty of this business. So if you're going to treat this business like it's just a casual little hobby, guys, it's going to pay you like a hobby, which hobbies don't pay us anything, right? We're at a cheer competition. I would say this is a hobby, and it's costing us too much money to be here, right? Like, this is a hobby. This is a business. You got to treat this like a business. You have to be obsessed about it. You have to go all in. The most certain person in every conversation that you have in 2025 will influence the less certain. And so when Joe and I get in front of somebody, whether it's in person or on a Zoom or on a call or whatever it is, I promise you, you will not find more certain people about this patch, number one, right? The product we have and how it's killing people or how it's causing their own bodies to heal, right? And then also the financial side of this. Like, you cannot find a better opportunity. So we're a little bit obsessed about it.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, what is a lot of times things get so overcomplicated. I'm like, here's a really practical tip that I've seen it work for us. I've seen it work for so many different people, is wearing the patch where it's visible. Stop wearing it where it's under your clothes. Put it on your arm, and people start asking all of a sudden what it's about. And it is so simple. The fact that this patch works, people are asking, and you can share with them in 30 seconds what it does, and then they start wearing it, and they become obsessed with it, and then they're telling their friends and family. And so without getting anything over complicated, wear the patch where people can see it so that they're asking about it, and you can share the goodness of this product, because we know if they get the product on them,
and they love it and it works, they're going to start sharing with other people, and then that gives people opportunity to make money. We were just with a couple that we had never met before that's on our team last night at dinner, and they were saying the same thing. They're like, I just can't help but talk about this with everybody because of what it's done for them. And so just don't overcomplicate it. That's what I would say.
That's how our gym blew up. Everyone started wearing patches where everyone could see them, and now everyone that walks into our little local gym, everyone's got a patch on the moment they walk in. Right?
You smile. Yeah. The patch on the floor the other day, and I was like, yes!
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
Yeah. I love the fact when Joe said, wear it where people see it, because a lot of times, kind of going back to what Barbels was saying, people live in fear. This is like one of the only, I think, this wearable device where people can see it and it's not non-threatening because they see us wearing it. What happens is that they ask you, and that takes, you don't have a chance now. They've already said to you, what is that? So now you have to say something versus you're wondering, should I say it? Shouldn't I say it? Start putting it where people see it, and people are going to start talking about it. And again, if you keep talking to people and just opening up your mouth like Joey's saying, you're going to see the results. Right. You can't miss having people get excited about it if you just open their mouth.
Overcomplicate it.
And you can't say the wrong thing to the right people. People are looking more than ever. It's a perfect time. So thank you guys for sharing incredible information on getting obsessed. I mean, I kind of might not talk about that because that's my go-Joe, because the way you become a world champion is you got to be obsessed. So it's already in me. So I love that Kyle reminds us that, hey, look at Steve. You must have been obsessed to get this to where you want to be. And yes, we were, but not in a weird way. Look at, they're at their cheerleading competition. We're obsessed about staying consistent.
Yeah,
what needs to be done with these daily habits that everybody's talking about.
Good. So hey guys, our next speaker, we are so excited. These guys are good friends of ours. He loves his coffee, and let me tell you what, they are from hot Atlanta, and they are stomping on it. Elite Senior Presidential Directors, Ken and Lynn Robinson. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Steve and Gina and myself and Lynn, we've been knowing each other for a while, but we've just worked together for the first time with Lifewave. And you know what's amazing? When I first got started, I'm used to being independent. And some of you guys, I'm going to relate to what you're going through. And being independent, I didn't plug into what Steve and Gina were doing for probably a month, or more after I got started, because I didn't realize all the infrastructure they had with This Is It team. And I knew what to do, so I just did it. But when I merged and started bringing our people on board and listening to all of these people, all these SPDs, I never knew prior to Lifewave. But what's amazing is we all teach the same thing. That should be a hint, clue, that what we're doing is called duplication, not innovation. And what I think one of the biggest issues, and I'm an engineer by education. I'm educated, okay? Educated folks, the more letters you got behind your name, sometimes the worse off you are in network marketing. Why are you too daggone smart? I was the same way. I wanted to do it my way. I'm like, this is network marketing. This is a home-based business. I'm an electrical engineer. I have my professional registration. I've been through more than any of these guys. And that was my stinking thinking. A lot of y'all are going through that now. And what you got to realize is, there's a lot of smart people on this Zoom. A lot of people that have owned their own business, or work the job where they do very, very well, and you have your own ideas. My mentor used to tell me, Ken, because I used to bug him, hey man, let's try this, let's do this. He said, Ken, when you get a great idea, go take a cold shower, okay? Because we have already figured this out. Stop trying, Joey and Kyle, amen. Stop overcomplicating this business. It is simple. You know what the secret to network marketing or the Lifewave is? There is no secret. That's the secret. There is no secret. A lot of us are trying to figure out stuff that doesn't need to be figured out. Okay? So, one of my friends says this all the time. He says, it's not what you say, it's how many times you say it. See, a lot of us want to get cute, improvise, come up with great ideas. Just follow the leaders. And all of these SPDs, what's amazing is we all, so much talent on this team, never worked with any of them, but we're all teaching the same thing. That should be, again, a hint, clue, that there's something we're doing is working. See, it's not what works for you. See, I got this guy. I'm going to give you a story real quick. I got this guy, just joined the business, and he has all these great ideas about SMS messaging and funnel systems and all this. I said, whoa, guy. Look. We've already figured this out. Implement all that stuff after you get to FPD. And you can do it for you, and if it duplicates, do it for your team. But we already know what works and what duplicates, okay? So it's not what works for you individually. You might have the gift of gab, but it's what duplicates. That's why Rise Up is so important. A lot of you guys cannot articulate what some of these SPDs are saying. You need to back out, get out of your own way, and allow trainings like this to build your business. I was terrible at doing what I'm doing right now when I first started. Scared to death when I first got involved in this industry. But what I learned how to do is get out of my own way and what I call edify an expert and let them do most of the talking for me. So, and I'll end with this. I'll just end with this. One of the things we have to learn how to do is repetition. One of my mentors, I'm a big football fan, and one of the coaches I admire is Mike Tomlin. He, regardless of if you like his coaching, he's a heck of a leader. And he said something in the press conference last week. I wrote it down, and I'm going to keep saying it to my people. Write this down. Tedious repetition of routine actions makes us great. I'll say that again. Tedious repetition of routine actions makes us great. Now, he said that about his football team. But in business, think about that. Good businesses do the same thing effectively, efficiently, over and over and over. I don't care if you're flipping hamburgers or if you're repairing cars. It's tedious repetition of routine actions makes us successful. God bless you guys, and I'll see you in Vegas.
But the one thing that I want to share with you guys today is that every time I leave a This Is It convention, I have energy. I feel like, oh my gosh, whatever felt stagnant, like I needed to get that reboost in my business, this was it. This is exactly, and Steve and Gina, they really, the cream of the crop, first class, everything is prestigious. There's nobody else that I would ever want to rock in this business with except for Steve and Gina. But these conventions are invigorating. They're contagious. Have you ever talked to somebody that doesn't even speak the same language as you, and their energy, and they're moving, and they're speaking, and you're like, I don't know what they just said, but I want to be with them. And there are people that I know that do that for me, that are here, and actually with This Is It. But anyway, why are these events so crucial for your business and for everyone to be tuned in or to be sitting in one of those seats? Is because this is where we grow. Okay, we grew from convention to convention. I remember our very first one over in Tampa, excuse me. Well, that first one, that's right. Number 2, the in-person. Our business has always grown. I remember from the first in-person to the next virtual, our business grew 4 times. Guys, I'm not exaggerating, I swear to you. We would stop and look at each other like, how did this happen so quickly? And then the next one, to the next one, and here we go. We just keep growing, okay? My tip for every single one of you is I want you all to try to forget and not to get so caught up with the no's, with what people say, the indirects, the little laughs, like, I can't believe you're doing. I want you to try to get yourself out of that, okay? Of thinking that this is important, that what they think is important, it is not. Listen, I'm a girl from New York. I consider my skin to be pretty thick. I could hear a couple of nasty things and I can get through it. But but it was hard for me too. So I understand you. This year, 2024, was the shift in my business, in my personal growth, in my life. A shift to say, you know what? It's going to be silence on my ears. It will not affect me anymore. So I want you to get out of your ways and worrying about what other people think of you. Get to rise up, guys. I love you. Thank you, Steve and Gina. I'm giving it to Javi now.
Well, talk about shift. The shift was correct. We told our organization, start your momentum in 2024 going into 2025. Don't wait till 2025 for momentum to happen. You start now. Okay? We built our business from event to event to event. And how grateful are we to know that Steve and Gina put this for us?
Yes.
Okay? Did they have to? No, they did not. But I said to myself, wait a minute, they're going to do this? We're going to take advantage, okay, because they put us in a position to win, and we're going to get many people on to go to rise up, as many as we can in our organization around the world. Here's the deal. What you're going to get when you go to rise up, your leadership lid is going to increase. It's going to go up, number one. Number two, is going to teach you how to become a person that people will say yes to. Okay? Number two. And number three, you're going to hear from every SPD that they're going to contribute nuggets to how they succeeded in their business. We're going to take notes too. Yes. Okay? Because we want to elevate our business in 2025 as well. Guys, you change your frame, and that's what's going to happen when you go to rise up. It'll change the game of your business. It's just that simple. Change your frame, and it's going to change the game in your business. We look forward to seeing everybody next week. We're coming with the thunder, okay? We look forward to seeing everybody, giving hugs and kisses. Happy New Year. We'll see you guys next week.
I think they're number 3 in the companies.
Yeah, right now.
Like in the whole entire company,
World.
they are flying past everyone as if they are standing still. And we are so proud of these guys. And thank you, Danny, for being a part of today and shining your light and blessing everyone to let them know that rise up. They have 6 days left to keep promoting. Thank you. Take it away.
We're in exciting times. In 2025, you've got to really adjust your thinking. Let me say this first of all. Never trust your future or your fortune to your memory. I believe in hardbound journals. I can't force it down your throat, but 20 years from now, 40 years from now, 50 years from now, your kids and your grandkids, they're not going to be sifting through a flash drive, or they're not going to be looking for an old hard drive of yours. They're not going to be getting on one-year-old computers looking for notes. They're going to be able to read all your wisdom, all your notes, all the things that you learned in life as a grandparent. They're going to be able to read it right there in your hardbound journals. So you never trust your future or your fortune to your memory. When you can get nuggets like from Kyle, we work best when we're obsessed. That was crucial for me to take that note. And then he had other notes beyond that I took. Or for Ken to say, tedious repetition of routine actions makes us great. The only reason I could say that is because I wrote it down. I could not have recalled that from 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago. What about Olga saying, negativity and no's are silence to my ears? Did you catch that? Did you catch that or did you just hear it? See, I'm going to learn this concept. Negativity and no's are silence to my ears. You have to write it down for it to really penetrate you. So, that's number one. But I want to challenge you to really analyze short-term versus long-term thinking. If you're going to get in a business like this, you've got to have long-term thinking. Too many people, because network marketing is a very low-risk business where it's a minimal startup, and that's, quite frankly, that's the problem. The problem is there's no risk because a minimal startup is too easy to get involved and then quit in 3 weeks or quit in 3 months because you didn't make millions. Whereas you start a franchise and you pay a $25,000 to $50,000 franchise fee just to get the name. Then you spend anywhere from $100,000 to $6 million to be able to open up your doors and take 40 hours of some kind of classes or 8 weeks worth of classes. And then you have to have anywhere from 100 to 800 hours of on-the-job training. But you do it because you have this massive investment. And so you have a long-term thinking. You're gonna get out of the red and in the black in 2 years, maybe, if you work hard. Well, here you have such a low, there's such a minimal investment that you have to still see it that way. You have to see the payoff. You're out of the red and in the black in no time. So now you just got to see that if I work this business methodically over time, and I see this as a long-term play for me, here's what it can do for me. So that's what you have to weigh out. And you have to look at things in life. Like right now, if you knew about a certain stock, just take a stock on the Security and Exchange Commission, and you knew that it was going to grow by 50% this year without a doubt, and it was guaranteed. You would put lots of money into that. You know, if someone came and told me that today, I'd put $100,000 into that stock today because it's going to grow by 50% over the year. Or if someone brought you an investment and you knew that investment guaranteed was going to double or triple over the next year, you'd put everything you could into that investment. Well, what about a company that's grown by over 3,000% since 2018? What about a company that's been on a meteoric rise since 2018? What about a company that's gone from a $20 million company in revenue to over $600 million in 4 years? See, when you start analyzing business the way you should be looking at business, going, this company is performing on levels that would cause me, if I were an investor, and we are not in this, this is not securities and exchange. This is not the securities business, but just think from a mentality standpoint. If you look at this thing the way you should be looking at it, you're looking at a company that's on a meteoric rise in growth. You have an opportunity to capture market share dollars in that meteoric rise if you go to work and you see this with some long-term thinking. Because if they're paying 60 cents on the dollar for every dollar revenue, just think if Lifewave did 600 million last year, well, 60 cents on the dollar goes back to the distributor base. Well, that's $360 million that brand partners got paid out in 2024. So if it goes to, let's just say 800 million, and Lord willing, 800 million. Well, let's just go $1 billion. Just say, Lord willing, hypothetically hits $1 billion. You go to $1 billion, well, that's 600 million in revenue back to the distributor base. Who does that go back to? The people that see this with a long-term vision. The people that see, hey, I can capture part of $600 million of market share dollars that can be paid to me by an owner of a company who's generous enough to pay 60 cents on the dollar for me going to work and me changing people's lives. So now how do you do it? Well, it's not about all the how-tos. The how-tos are in the system. The system is there, the tools are there, and today's not about like us teaching you 50 different things on how the system works. That's there in this is a copy and paste. You watch the videos and you get it. Just like Steve was saying at the beginning, watch Kerry Robertson, see the magic of Kerry Robertson's training 2 weeks ago, watch the videos. The how-tos are there. But what you have to understand is this: the number one rule in any business or endeavor is to get people to the major events. That's the number one rule in this industry. Get people to the major events. That means get you and your people to the major events. So you've got to work hard over the next 7 days, 5 to 7 days, to get people to this virtual event, to lock into it. Like Steve was saying, he gave you the necessities for that, how to lock into that. And so that's the number one rule. And then what are you looking for in this long-term thing? I'm going to tell you one story to end it so that I don't get too long. I'm going to tell you a story of my sponsor from this industry when my wife and I got in 28 years ago. My sponsor tried to recruit me for over a year, and he tried to recruit me with product. And I was a Chinese buffet eating Dr. Pepper drinking machine, and I didn't care about nutrition. I didn't believe in vitamins. I didn't think they worked. I just heard they didn't even dissolve. And so I was a head football coach, and this parent kept recruiting me kept giving me samples of products. About every 2 or 3 months, he'd give me a magazine of the company. He'd give me more samples, things to try, tell me stories, and I wasn't interested in anything. And so this guy was about to quit the business because he wasn't making the kind of money after a year that he wanted to make. He was making $300 to $400 a month, and his sponsor was making $11,000 a month, and the leader above him was making $18,000 a month, and so he was discouraged and he was going to quit. And so his sponsor, who was making $11,000 a month, talked him into going to one more event, the convention, the company convention that was 3 times a year. And so he went to that convention, and you know what? He came out of that convention and on February the 13th or 14th of 1997, he walked out of that convention with one golden nugget. That's all he got, one golden nugget. And you know what that one golden nugget did? It caused him to come to my field house and tell me and package his story properly. And that one golden nugget got me in this business. That one golden nugget finally got me to see, because I wasn't looking for products. I was looking for income. And what he spoke to me was about the opportunity. And I went, what? What? Tell me more. And that got me in this business. Changed his life forever. Changed me and my wife's life forever. It's the one golden nugget for a guy that was about to quit. Get you and your people to the major event. And the last thing I'll leave you with is a golden nugget. The one who tells the story the most, the person who tells the story the most wins the age. So you just got to be a professional storyteller. And you got to tell the story more and more and more and more to win the age.
If they cornered me and Danny and they said, hey, what's the number one most, sometimes you got to have a number one. The number one is, not only do you have to attend the major event, because there's not one person that hit the highest rank on our team, and any time I've ever been in this business, that didn't go to a major event, but you also got to get the concept of being a promoter. You've got to learn to promote. You think at first that you're just talking about wellness or money. No, you're talking about, you got to get the people to see it. Like his friends saw it. When he saw it, unstoppable. They always say leaders are created at big events. He wasn't letting off. He was like a dog on a bone. He was not letting off it because he saw the potential. So don't hesitate. That's why I keep telling people, hey, show them everything. Lead with the technology, but get to the money, because you don't know what anyone's praying for. And I'm finding out more people are praying for the money than they are for their health. They will get healthy when they have the freedom and the time. So Mike and Cy, we're proud of you. Elite senior presidential directors. Take it away, my friend.
Thank you so much. I can't hold a candle to these guys. I consider myself obsessed. I consider myself driven. I consider myself self-motivated. I can't hold a candle to these guys' type of leadership. No. I am totally just blown away by them and extremely grateful. So, guys, Happy New Year. Happy to be here. I'm just glad all the distraction is over. I've been so anxious to get past the Christmas and the New Year's. For us, that's all that is distraction. I don't believe in Christmas. That's a whole other topic. I believe in Christ. I don't believe in Christmas. We didn't give any gifts, anything like that. The gift we have, we give daily, which is an opportunity to change your life. But guys, listen, I love what Danny said. Look, I'm here. I've been taking notes, right? And look, I'm not even kidding. I'm a high school dropout. Ken spoke about tedious repetition of routine. Actions makes you great. I don't even know how to spell tedious. So whatever. No, but I can read it. I know what I meant to say there, right? So, but I love what Danny said. Guys, you hear a lot of what we say, but you don't always capture it. And I remember the day that I went from hearing it for 2 years to capturing the moment that Gina set me down and gave me that one-on-one tough love. And I love tough love because it's what I'm used to. Can't sugarcoat stuff, guys. When you're looking to get your kids to where you know they can be, you don't sugarcoat it. You're bare, you're raw, you're sincere, right? You come from the heart. Guys, say this is how we talk to you, and this is how you need to talk to yourself before you can give it to others. So, just a couple things. My God, I have so many notes here, and already 2 minutes have been gone. So, number one, 2025, the year to rise up. And when I talk about rise up, and I love Gina's just, she's definitely led by the Holy Spirit. But when they talk about rise up, guys, this is the year you need to, again, get serious. No more, I don't believe in this New Year's resolution. Right now, I'm upset because I go to the gym, and for the next 2-3 weeks, it's extremely packed. I can't wait for that to get by too, because only the people who are serious and understand that it's not a resolution, it's a lifestyle, right? But it's the year to really get serious about rising up physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. Get serious. Have a serious conversation with yourself. I'm talking about, again, that raw love. You can be your biggest asset, or you will be your biggest liability. You heard what they had to say about liability. You will either cost yourself time, cost yourself money, frustration, setbacks, or you will be your own driving force. But you need to learn how to stay motivated, engaged, driven. And before you learn to lead others, you need to learn to lead yourself. So this is, again, what you need to receive, what you need to apply, right? And you will learn to do it for others. You can't do for others what you can't do for yourself. You can't give what you don't have, right? But lead before you can lead others, right? So passion produces faith. Faith produces power. And faith with no work is dead, right? So guys, it all starts with rise up, all right? You don't know what you don't know, all right? These little nuggets that you capture is what makes the entire difference. I remember going to these events for for the first couple of years, and what you're looking for is this big thing. But again, it's like Danny said, are you capturing the little nuggets that everyone is saying? Kyle, be obsessed, be bold. Todd and Shannon, she said, control the inner voice. I'm always talking about that. But guys, do you pick it up? Are you absorbing that? But I don't want to. I wanted to give.
I just want to keep it simple because bottom line, you have to be and rise up. What I wrote down over here is be the leader you want to have in your team, and the way to be the leader you want to have in your team starts by engaging, by going to these conventions, because your team is gonna see what you're doing. And that's a place where you're going to get everybody together. You might see on Saturday, or you might see Joe and Kyle. You might see one Saturday, Javi and Olga, but that's an opportunity for you to have all of them, and you have your team there so that whatever nugget each one of them that they can relate to, they get it at one shot. That's what it's good for. We get nuggets all the time, but like they said, we had our Spanish team from Puerto Rico. Some of them weren't going. They were not going physically. We did a meeting there on December 18th, I believe it was. And we had some people that got so fired up. They're like, no, we have to go. We didn't have money, but we're gonna make no excuses. They got together, a group of 4. They're gonna go. They figured it out, guys. When you wanna do it, it's no mercy. You're gonna figure it out. Steve had seen us in the times you saw. He told you he didn't know that what the situation we were in. We could not afford to buy the product that we bought. We could not afford to be in these events. But you know what we did? We didn't tell nobody that. We sold jewelry. We ponded things that we will get out. Eventually we will get it again, or whatever happened, but we invested in ourselves.
We couldn't afford not to go. That's what we couldn't afford.
And you know what? We became the biggest promoters, because the biggest promoters of Zooms, the biggest promoters of the conventions, the biggest promoters are the winners. We've learned that from Steve and Gina, and that's what you need to become in this business to have success.
So guys, we will see you at Rise Up. And the last thing I'm going to say about Rise Up is this. If you're not going in person, don't make the mistake about, getting 100 people to your house and making it a party, because I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of distractions, and that's okay. I shouldn't say don't do that. Do that, but make sure that every single individual has signed up individually. Why? Because now you have access to this video, to these recordings for the next, I think, 40, 45 days. And that's where the magic happens. Going back, I am an advocate. Anyway, that's all.
Lifewave's fastest growing team is doing it again, and they're excited to help you achieve the dreams that you've got for your family. We'll be kicking off the new year and streaming live from Las Vegas.
The best way for you to promote your business and duplicate yourself is by promoting the Rise Up virtual convention and get everybody on.
Don't miss it. It's time to rise up.
Rise Up is going to take your business to the next level. Let's go.
Are you ready to rise up?
Register today.
This is it, team.
Are you ready to rise up?
Are you ready?
The Rise Up.
Yeah.